censorship has made a huge cultural shift. When I first started in the atheist movement in the mid to late 1990s, it was quite clear that it was the conservative right who was on the side of censorship. Their Christian religious views almost always used as justification for this censorship. We as atheists fought against this tooth and nail. We knew that censorship would lead to our unpopular ideas being censored. It is now nearly 30 years later, and I find myself in a weird world, where when I hear someone wants to censor something, it is now the left who is doing it. Sure, we still see some of it from the conservative right, they aren't without blame, but for the large part the left has taken the mantle of the party of censorship. Join me today as we explore this topic in more detail. As we do, please hit the subscribe button to see more content like this. Thanks, and let's get started. When I joined the atheist community, and likely even before that, the concept of censorship in America was predominantly linked with the Christian right. This association existed because, during that period, they wielded the power and authority to impose their morality on everyone. Atheists, aware of the potential threat, faced silencing. I was part of an atheist group that attempted to run a bus advertisement simply featuring the word atheist along with our group's website. However, it was deemed offensive, leading to years of legal battles before we finally secured the right to display the ad. This underscores the peril of granting censorship authority to any particular group. Yet, what we have learned over the last 30 years is that many of the same atheists who once fought against this censorship have now aligned themselves with a faction that advocates for similar or even more extensive censorship. For many, it seems that their opposition to censorship wasn't rooted in the belief that censorship itself is inherently bad. Rather, it was more about their dissatisfaction with having their own ideas censored, a self-serving rather than a comprehensive ethical stance. As the woke movement gained more influence in America, a significant number of atheists joined its ranks. With this newfound influence, they acquired the power to censor opposing views. The change has been so rapid and profound that nowadays, if someone is being censored, it's likely being carried out by a woke leftist. Conservative voices are consistently drowned out, and there are frequent protests aimed at silencing conservative commentators on college campuses. When efforts are made to curtail speech based on microaggressions, it reaches a level of puritanical religious censorship. The problem arises from the left's tendency to label anything they disagree with as hate speech, subsequently asserting that such speech is inherently violent. While there are certainly statements that shouldn't be made, as a society, we must exercise great caution and lean towards allowing rather than disallowing whenever possible. I can almost hear a woke person saying, "You have the right to free speech, but you don't have the right to free speech without consequences." Well, guess what? If you are a woke atheist making that argument, just a few decades ago, the same argument could have been made for losing your job just for admitting you were an atheist. Certain views need protection. We must be willing to engage in discussions, allowing both bad and good ideas to be heard, with the understanding that the merit of good ideas will prevail. That's precisely why I'm creating these videos now, to foster discussions and let the flawed woke ideas be defeated. So, until the next video, keep fighting the good fight.